Hey y'all, welcome. My name is Adrienne, and if you're new here, then I'm so glad you're here. I make tutorials on video editing, and today we're going to talk about why your color correction didn't work and how to fix it. So let's jump into it. I'm popping on here really quickly. I forgot to say when I originally recorded this video that I've got a free color correction checklist. So if you're interested in downloading that, it's at the link in the description box below. Let's talk about white balance. Have you uploaded footage into Premiere, gone over to the Lumetri color panel, and then made adjustments on the tint sliders that you can move left and right? I never recommend doing this for color correction. Instead, I want you to go to the little eyedropper under white balance. Click that and then go into your program monitor and click something that is true white. Doing that will make the changes you're looking for your footage. Now, let's talk about saturation. Have you ever gone through color correction and you still thought that your footage looked kind of dull and lifeless, and so you pumped up the saturation without looking at your scopes, and all of a sudden you've got color in your highlights and your shadows that you didn't even know was there, and you definitely don't want it? You always need to look at your scopes when you're color correcting. Take a look at vector scope YUV. You will see the broadcast safe line. And when you are adjusting saturation, you want to make sure that the color stays within that broadcast safe line so that you don't wind up with unintentional colors in your footage. All right, let's talk for just a second about weird iPhone footage. I find that with my newer iPhone, this isn't that big of a deal, but maybe you have an older phone, or maybe you've got an Android and you're running into this problem as well, where you bring your footage into Premiere and the highlights are totally blown out, the color looks really bizarre, and you just feel like this is going to be far too much work than it should be to color correct. Here's what you do. You go into the project panel, find your cell phone footage clip, and right-click. You're going to go down to Modify and then Interpret Footage. Then you're going to change the color space to Rec 709. It's going to make the changes that you want on your footage. It'll look much more normal, and then you can do your color correction steps from there. Let me guess. You've gotten some footage where you think the color is pretty close to true, and so you're not going to bother with color correction. You're just going to drop a LUT on it and move on. And then, whoa, does it look messed up? Well, first of all, I know that using a LUT is actually color grading and not color correction. So the first mistake that you made in this process is that you didn't color correct. You always need to color correct any piece of footage. Go through your steps for color correction to make sure that you have a good foundation. And then just a quick color grading tip is when you put that LUT on your footage, you probably want to bring the intensity of that LUT down in order to achieve the stylized look that you are in fact going for. And surprise, you can see that I've changed. I'm going to ask you a quick question. What do you think of the color correction in this footage versus this footage? Is there one that you like better? Well, I'm going to say something that's maybe a bit of a surprise, but it was the same color correction on both pieces of footage. The only thing that changed was the color of my shirt. Now, I personally like this footage better. I like the way it looks better. I wear that shirt all the time in real life, but when it comes to the color look on my YouTube videos, I like this a lot better. And that supports the orange and teal look that you see everywhere, all over Hollywood movies and also everywhere on YouTube tutorials. My warmer skin is popping out of my cooler shirt, and it's just putting more of the focus where I want my viewers to be looking, which is at my face and listening to the words that I have to say. And that's it from me. Those are 5 easy tips that you can go through in case you did color correction, maybe color grading, or you simply imported your footage into your editing software and it doesn't look the way you thought it would look. If you thought this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'd love to see you back, and I'll see you in the next one.